All right, so this video goes out to everyone who's talked about the used parts thing. And for me, I don't want to use used parts. I don't want to do used engines or transmissions. That's all lies and bullshit that they tell you there. And it's just not worth my time. So for all you guys that have success out there, good for you. For us, it ain't something that we want to do. But this is about discontinued parts. So what they were saying is for cars that have discontinued parts, they have to lean on the used parts industry, right, to do that. And dealerships discontinuing parts on cars that are early as 5 to 10 years old is ridiculous. I thought there was a law that was set in place that they had to produce products for a car for at least 10 years. And I'll Google it real quick.
It should be at least 25. Like
there is some law that was put in place for auto manufacturers that they had to produce parts for a certain amount of time. New car. Put new car. How long new car manufacturers have to produce parts? We're going to see. Because it stinks they have to lean on the junkyard because they charge you just about what a new part is for the same garbage that you're chasing for a problem.
There's no federal law that requires manufacturers to make
federal law,
parts.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no federal law.
Produce parts for about 8 to 10 years after they stop making the vehicle.
So automakers typically will continue to produce parts for a car 8 to 10 years after they stop making that car. How?
That's nothing.
That's nothing. That is nothing. So when people talk about planned obsolescence, for people that have decent cars and need a climate controller, like for the Fusions, like what a nightmare. So some legislation needs to be changed there because people today are keeping their cars way longer than they ever have in history. Way longer. Hundreds of thousands of miles, 20, 30 years. I'm driving a 20-something-year-old car, a 30-year-old car.
Well, I mean, your Sequoia has
300,000 miles on there. So there needs to be, you know, something done about that because you can't play slave to the monopoly of them saying, well, we discontinue that part. We don't care if you don't have heat or air conditioning, and every used part that you buy has the same problem with the same age. So just be forced to buy a new car or buy another car. That's not fair to the people. So something needs to be done about that. But I thought that there was some, I knew it was like 10 years, but that was just the discussions that we had, you know, in my earlier years. But wow, when a car is no longer in production, it can be difficult to find replacement parts. However, manufacturers use similar identical parts for some of their models, and that's true too. But if you think about what Chrysler did back in the day, the Aries K car and the Plymouth Reliant, even though they were similar in exterior, the chassis, the brakes, the wheel cylinders, so you could have a 10-year production vehicle and have that go on. It's not like that today. You know, you have 3 different revisions for brake pads and rotor sizes and dual piston calipers and this. So it's not the same like it was. You know, 78 to 87 G-body vehicles, all those parts were interchangeable. It's not like that today.
That's how my Civic is.
Honda Civic.
I have a 98 Civic, and most of the parts are the same from 92 to 2000, at least for the pure chassis. So
my opinion is that needs to be addressed. You know, you want people to not play slave to finance charges and new cars and all that bull crap. But then you have the federal government saying, hey, we need these cars off the road and we need them to be this efficient. So, you know, stop making parts around 8 or 10 years. And then do cash for clunkers so we can just recycle all that crap and they can't buy parts for their old cars. Not fair to the people. Thanks for watching.